Hello, you're watching my YouTube channel. I'm your host, kamranarshad. Today, I've invited a guest to my vlog, and I want to discuss her life, her visions, her goals, and most importantly, her faith. Hello and welcome. We are delighted to have Seerat Zahra today with us. But before to get into this, to kick off, could you please tell us what inspired you, Seerat, to pursue a career as a procurement manager, and perhaps share a bit about your journey leading up to your current role so far? Over to you, Seerat.
Hey, first of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you. Um, it's very nice that I am here with you and I'm actually interviewing myself.
Hmm.
So, uh, what did you ask?
Actually, I
I
was
forgot.
talking about yourself, who you are, and how did you get into
Okay.
this, like program manager,
Well,
IELTS instructor, and all that.
yeah. Okay, let me give you the answer of this question. Well, it was back in 2018. I
Mm,
was working as a teacher, like a college instructor.
mm,
I went into the idea that I need to make myself more proficient, more valuable, because at that time I didn't have any goal at
mm,
that time. Then I
mm,
realized that how the world is grooming because
mm,
technology is becoming more advanced day by day. Everyone is going towards AI, and at that time, I realized that first of all, I need to learn the language that is being spoken in
mm,
92 countries in the
mm,
world.
mm,
That's why I learned about English language. I trained myself first how to speak in English, how to talk to the people, because being uh, being normal girl from the normal family, I
mm,
wasn't allowed to go outside from my home. That's why it was very important for me to learn the language so that I can use to speak to the people via online. So that was the very first motivation for me to make myself that you should have to involve in this first.
What other difficulties did you face when you were learning English language? Did you face any kind of difficulties like confidence or your body language was shaky, like me? In the
Yeah.
society, we observe that if someone knows how to deal with the persons in English, how to speak in English in front of the people, right? So everyone says he is very confident person, but actually he just know how to speak in English and he doesn't know anything else. He doesn't have the grip in knowledge. He doesn't know what is happening in this society right now. But there is a scene society says he is more confident person. Is it true?
Mhm. Yeah, that's true because here in our era, like the culture that we are living in Pakistan, that they normally English spoken is not easy for so-called like small towns or small
Hmm.
cities that are just the tehsil or divisions, because
Hmm.
that is just popular in big cities like the capital of Pakistan.
Hmm.
That's why it was like the major obstacle that I faced was there was nobody at that time who were going to teach me how to
Hmm.
speak confidently. Because you're right that when we speak English, people
Hmm.
assume that you are confident. You are
Hmm.
might be they also assume on the both side, like the positive and on the negative side.
Hmm.
They feel that you are confident, you need to like you can easily talk to the people. On the other side, they also assume that why she is confident, like she doesn't go anywhere,
Hmm.
how she could do that by alone without taking anybody's help. This was the major difficulty because from the university life we didn't learn English because that is not our culture. Our
Hmm.
teachers used to speak in Urdu. Our
Hmm.
older staff who were going to be trained us was in Urdu. And when you are going to speak some English words, even your own friend circles take you like for granted that, oh, why are you speaking, why are you making yourself like more confident, you are actually assuming that you are over, you're arrogant like that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I faced a lot of difficulties
you are
here.
absolutely right. Actually, I have been facing this kind of compliments from everyone's,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I don't know how to deal with them. Could you tell me any
No,
tip
just
that how can I deal with them? Because I'm not
Yeah,
claiming that
sure.
I'm the best one to speak in English, right? I'm in learning phase. But the thing is, how can we deal with that person?
Well,
He
the
just comes
best
to us and says,
answer.
"You are arrogant."
Yeah, exactly. That happens. That happens here. My advice to you is that you should keep smile and you should ignore that kind of persons because they are actually becoming the major hurdle in your career, like in your journey towards you are going to do something different because no one bears that you are going to do something different in your life. Why? Because everyone knows, everyone have the question, why he's doing that? He don't need to do that. Why we are not doing like because they don't have the capability to speak in English. They don't
Hmm.
have capability to be confident in learning.
Hmm.
There are more or less people in Pakistan who knows that they are having the weaknesses in themselves that they cannot say in front of public that hey I am in the learning phase. They all say that I have learned a lot of things, but
Hmm.
that's not the case.
Hmm.
So that was my tip that you need to ignore them and you need to continue the learning process. You need to speak because practice matters a lot in everyone.
Just ignore them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, all right. So, Zara, could you please tell us what is the difference between the speaking English language and ielts? I know about the ielts.
Well,
I just know about ielts is International English Language Technical System.
yeah, the main introduction or the
Yeah,
main
actually.
abbreviation of that
Uh,
word. Well, there is a difference, kind of difference that in IELTS, we focus on four modules, okay? Like the reading, the writing, the speaking, and the listening. But in speaking English, we just
there are
focus
four
in
modules,
two
right?
modules.
Four
Yeah.
modules in. Okay, all right. And why speaking? What is
In
that?
the speaking English, we just focus in listening and speaking, two modules.
Hmm.
Because mostly we are going to do business talks. Mostly we are going to involve ourselves in the professional communications. So if you want to be professional, you need to listen them. You need to listen different accents. Like there is Canadian, there is American, and there is also Caribbean accent that currently I'm facing now. So there's multiple accents in the world. So it's very important that you listen a lot when you are going to learn to speak. Before you learn to speak, you have to listen first. Then it will help you a lot.
I heard from different papers that if you want to become an English speaker, you have to be a good listener, right? You are talking about,
Yeah,
right? So,
yeah, exactly.
but they say as well, they say you have to think in English. Why is that?
Yeah. The tip for Pakistanis or the other Asian people that
We used
you
to
have to think
translate the
English.
sentence, right? First of all, we think in our mind that what is the Urdu of this, right? Then we try
Yeah,
to translate that Urdu to English. So how can a person
just
think in English?
just learn the one difference that we are Urdu speakers. Obviously, we belong to the country that where is the national language is Urdu. Just learn the difference that when we grew up in the environment in our home, we didn't learn about the grammar. We didn't learn about what is Urdu, isam nakra, isam marfa, what that. We what we did, we listened to our parents and the people who were like available at that time near us. Okay, we used to listen them who what they are speaking, what they were speaking at that time, and then we used to pronounce that word in our language. We start pronouncing the words in Urdu. That's the same case here in English. The, to think in English means that you don't have to translate that word into your language because for basics it's very easy or it's simple, but here it won't help you with that for so long term English practice. It will just give you an idea that what does that mean in the Urdu language. Got it? To make you like clear that yes, this means this. But here you need to learn that you think in English if you are going to search about the meaning. For example, there is the
Hmm.
meaning beautiful, the word beautiful. You
Hmm.
don't need to search this word in Urdu. We used to, like, commonly, we used to search like that: beautiful word meaning in Urdu, dash word meaning in Urdu. You need to search beautiful simple word meaning. Yeah, beautiful meaning in English in simple word. Okay, there will be a list of pop-up list will arrive. The beautiful, gorgeous, like, all the words are there. You need to pick up the word that is already there in the mind, because we all learned English in our matriculation, in intermediate, in university. Okay, we know the basics words meaning. So all you need to do is learn how to use that basic into advance in your speaking context.
All right. How much time did you spend to learn English?
Well, it's been, like, when I was learning, it's been a month, because
Only a month?
yeah, it's
Then
a
I
month.
wanna be
Yeah,
your student as well. All
yeah,
right.
because I give the trainings just for a month as well, because I
But you
give
will
the
charge,
trainings to the
right?
people. Yeah, obviously.
All right. All right. All right. Siddharth Zara, how do your experience as a tesol and ielts language certification instructor inform your approach to managing sales and procurement processes within your organization?
Okay. First of all, IELTS, as I told you, that IELTS is same as kind of two modules we are going to prepare.
Hmm.
TESOL means teaching English to the students of other languages.
Hmm.
So when I am going to train the people in calling, in sales, like the sales agent, the sales representative, that was very helpful for me and for the students, because IELTS, English, and sales are connected with each other, because in
Really?
sales
Because
we
I've been
used
doing
to,
job in
yeah,
sales department in a company. I'm not
okay.
supposed to tell the name of that company. All right, but I'm doing that, and you are absolutely right, as you said about the sales or representative, because we just use that. This is Max from this company, and we are here to help you out. Just give me the number and all that, So it definitely develop confidence in a person, but he doesn't know how to speak in English in a conversational way.
Yeah, yeah, because when you are going to make yourself like the sales agent or sales representative, you need to learn the tone. Like, hey, how are you doing? I'm not doing like that. That's the tone actually. That's a way how you speak, how you deliver your emotions to somebody else in English. So that's important, and it affects a lot.
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Can you discuss how your background in language education translates into effective communication strategies in sales and negotiations and procurement dealings?
Yes, of course. That's very good question, actually.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I was not expecting
The
that. I want
background.
to ask this question from you.
Okay. So the background, I believe the background matters a lot, because when you're going to prepare by yourself without taking anybody's help, you need to make sure that what was your background? What did you study in your matriculation? How, which kind of students you were in your school or college? If you were the reader, like, obviously everyone had to read to pass the exam. If you are a good reader, then you are good to go to read everything on the internet. Because when you read a lot, it will give you the confidence that you can speak. You are speaking loudly while you are reading. That helps a lot. And for me, it helped me a lot because
Okay, Siddharth, can you discuss how your background in language education translates into effective communication strategies in sales and negotiations and procurement dealings?
yeah, of course I can. That was a good question. Let me
All right.
explain. Well, I believe that background in say, like background in your education matters a lot. Your educational backgrounds here in the career matters a lot, because it helped me a lot. I did my matriculation from Beacon House, and it was like an English medium school, but it
This
wasn't
is
like
the
I didn't get
this is
that.
the thing you can speak in English very well because you were studying
Yeah,
in the
like grammar.
camps. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So some people believe that you are going to study in the English speaking environment, but I didn't get that. To be honest, from that school, even I didn't get that environment, but I get that.
Hmm.
I used to read the books a lot.
Hmm.
Here, when you are going to speak something, you have to read it. You have
Hmm.
to do the pronunciation. You have
Hmm.
to focus on the pronunciation. Then, if you are going to pronounce the word well, then you
Hmm.
are going to speak it well. And if you
Hmm.
are going to speak it well, you are
Hmm.
good to go with the listening process.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it matters, and it helped me in my sales and procurement career
Hmm.
because we used to give the realistic scenarios to the customers that, hey, are you there? Like
Hmm.
we are here to help you in that scenario. To
Hmm.
maintain that those scenarios, that was very helpful that you used to learn English, you used to speak English because my profession was teaching IELTS side by side. I was doing the job as a sales agent.
Hmm.
So it was very helpful for me.
Hmm. That's great. That's great. Anyway, how do you balance the demands of your role as a TESOL and IELTS instructor with the responsibilities of managing sales?
Okay, so let me elaborate that because we are living in the PK time, like
Hmm.
right now,
Hmm.
and for the sales work in all over the Pakistan, for
Hmm.
sales work is very negotiable, but
Hmm.
within the AST or EST time, like
Hmm.
Atlantic Standard Time, we need
Hmm.
to focus that.
Hmm.
So I used to manage my IELTS work or my TESOL
Hmm.
within the time framework of Pakistani evening or afternoon time.
Hmm.
So when I start my sales job or my sales work to train the sales staff, I used
Hmm.
to start the work after 8 p.m. till morning, like 5 p.m.
Hmm.
in the
Hmm.
morning.
Hmm.
That's why it like I can manage easily because
So
I
you
love
have the
to
ability to manage all the
speak.
things related to you, right?
Yeah, you can say because I'm a good manager in everything.
You are a good manager. That's great. All
Yeah.
right. In what ways do you apply principles of language acquisition and teaching methodologies to train sales and procurement staff, enhancing their communication skills and performance?
Well,
This question is
yeah,
related to me as well because I want to definitely improve my communication skills, especially speaking in English.
my first and my most productive methodology is to discuss with the people or is to discuss everything in English with the students or with the sales staff
Mm,
because you need to discuss the scenarios like what's happening in your life. You need to
mm,
discuss that with your friend or with your close one. If you
mm,
don't have any friend or anyone to whom you can speak in English, what I can do, like I when I don't had the friend and somebody to whom I can talk to English, I just used to send my audios to myself in WhatsApp because when I used
how
to
is it
listen,
possible?
oh, what did I
If I don't have a person to talk, so how can I improve
say?
my accent or English? Because I'm a little bit confused in this. I always uh, heard about that some people that you can practice, you have to go and sit in front of the mirror and discuss about some topics. So I tried, but I failed.
I cannot say that mirror would help you a lot. I'm just saying that you can listen your voice because if when you are listening to your answer or your question, for example, you have to ask question from yourself. You have to send the audio message to yourself on the WhatsApp. Okay, you have to listen that question. You have to answer that question. When you are going to listen that again, you will find the mistakes because when you are listening to somebody or even your own audio, you are
Hmm.
actually pointing out some mistake that, oh, that's not the right way when I answer. That's not the right way when I ask the question. Got it?
All right. This is the only way you can get to know that what you are saying. and you will definitely judge your voice tone as well. If your voice is fluctuated, so you will get that you have to build this, you have to overcome on this, right? This is your point, I got.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's the same point, side by side. You can listen the songs. You can listen if you're used to. Obviously, everyone likes to listen some kinds of music. If you're used to listen some music, you need to listen the English songs with the lyrics on the like with the subtitles or the lyrics because it will help you a lot. In the
How?
songs, they are usually elaborating or they are talking about their emotions, and here in English we don't use to understand someone else's emotions because we are just preparing ourselves to speak in English. Speaking
Hmm.
English is not enough. You need to learn all the things about English, like
Hmm.
emotionally, your professional way, and your personal. Like when you're going to communicate with your personal friend, for example, American or Canadian, you need to understand him or her, or what's the tone of his or her speaking. So that's the only way that I used to learn. When you're watching movies in English, when you're listening songs in English, you need to read that subtitles in English as well because that is a conversational English and that helps you a lot.
Hmm. All right. That's great. That's great.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today, Siratul Zahra. It was wonderful having you here and learning from your experiences. But before we wrap up, is there anything you would like to share with our
Mhm.
audience or any message you would like to say?
My thing, yeah, sure. I would like to I would like to deliver my message to all who are watching Kamran's video that
Hmm.
you don't need to stop learning. You don't need to stop learning. You need to learn and focus on your career. But who you are, you need to learn that first. Who you are and what's the ways at that time when you started to learn something, when you started to work on something. What was the reason? Because it will help you a lot. Don't stop learning.
Thank you so much. Nice advice. Thank you so much once again. Have a blessed day. Take care. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you so much, Kamran. Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.